I'm always there, as said earlier, of giving my perspective on what I see and how I've gone about things. And ultimately, it takes a great deal of patience and hard work and a sense of resilience. You got to want it.
Uh, you know, if it's a right guard, you can play for that. When it's a quarterback, you kind of need that muscle to throw. So, unfortunately, going to put him down for a little bit here. We'll treat it day to day and see how he responds.
In the world of professional football, there are always rumors, narratives, and opinions that shape public perception. Sometimes these opinions are based on truth, but more often than not, they are shaped by agendas, biases, and misunderstandings. Jalen Hurts, the star quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, recently took a stand to defend a young talent who has been the subject of many controversial conversations, Shedeur Sanders. Hurts, who has earned his place as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, isn't afraid to speak his mind when it comes to defending someone he believes in. And he didn't hold back when it came to exposing the lies about Shedeur Sanders, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders and one of the most promising quarterbacks in college football today.
Bigger perspective, I think. He's got a lot of tools and a lot of things in his system and what he does that.
One of the most significant statements Jalen Hurts made about Shedeur Sanders is that the young quarterback is absolutely ready for the NFL. In a world where college football stars are often scrutinized before even stepping foot on an NFL field, Hurts went against the grain, calling out those who doubted Sanders' ability to make it at the next level. For Hurts, there's no question about Shedeur's talent or potential. He believes that Sanders has the skills, the mindset, and the leadership qualities needed to thrive in the NFL. But why is Hurts so confident in Sanders? For one, Hurts knows what it takes to be successful in the NFL. As someone who has been through the trials and tribulations of playing in the league, he understands the kind of preparation, dedication, and mental toughness required to succeed. Hurts sees all of those qualities in Shedeur Sanders. Sanders has shown time and time again that he has the arm strength, accuracy, and poise to succeed in high-pressure situations. Whether it's making a game-winning throw in the final seconds or leading his team to a big win, Shedeur has displayed the kind of skills that can translate to the NFL. Hurts points to Sanders' ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and stay calm under pressure as evidence that he is ready for the next step in his career. Moreover, Hurts emphasizes the importance of not underestimating the mental aspect of playing quarterback. Sanders' football IQ is undeniable, and that's something Hurts values highly. In an era where quarterbacks are expected to be not only physically gifted but also mentally sharp, Sanders checks all the boxes. Hurts' declaration that Shedeur Sanders is ready for the NFL isn't just a statement of support. It's an acknowledgement of Sanders' ability to handle the demands of professional football.
Wait a minute, but where's the can't coming from when we just saw him do it? I know it's a small sample size, it's 3/4 of football, but everything you said he can't do, he just did. Matter of fact, he just did what we already saw him do at Jackson State. He just did what we saw him do at Colorado.
Another point that Jalen Hurts addressed was the false narrative surrounding Shedeur Sanders' behavior. In the world of sports, when a young player starts to make waves, there's always a tendency for some to try and tear them down. This has been the case with Shedeur Sanders, who has faced a lot of criticism, particularly regarding his behavior and personality. Some have painted him as arrogant or entitled, but Hurts is having none of it. Hurts was quick to call out the media and NFL insiders for spreading lies about Sanders' behavior. He understands firsthand that when a player is young and talented, they are often subjected to unfair scrutiny. People expect them to act a certain way or conform to a mold, and when they don't, they are labeled as difficult or problematic. Hurts pointed out that Shedeur Sanders is not the arrogant figure that some have made him out to be. In fact, Hurts believes that Sanders is a respectful and humble player who simply carries himself with confidence, something that is often misinterpreted as cockiness.
Our compass and how we navigate and respond to certain things, and kind of look to the consistency of how as a person in all moments, not just one.
The truth is that Shedeur Sanders, like many young players in college football, is still finding his way. He is learning how to balance the expectations placed on him as the son of Deion Sanders and as a top prospect in his own right. Hurts emphasized that Shedeur's confidence should be seen as a positive trait rather than a negative one. Confidence is key in the NFL, and players like Hurts know that it takes a strong sense of self-belief to succeed in such a demanding league. In addition to the attacks on his behavior, Shedeur Sanders has also faced criticism for his performance in interviews. This is an area where Hurts felt compelled to speak out. The narrative that Sanders wasn't prepared for interviews or that he came across as immature was one that Hurts rejected completely. According to Hurts, this portrayal of Sanders couldn't be further from the truth. When it comes to interviews, Shedeur has always been articulate, composed, and professional. In fact, Hurts went as far as to say that Sanders' maturity and professionalism in interviews are something to be admired. It's clear that Sanders has been coached well and understands the importance of handling himself with poise in public settings. Hurts made it clear that Sanders' ability to express himself clearly and confidently in interviews speaks volumes about his readiness for the NFL. Unfortunately, media outlets and NFL insiders sometimes create stories based on their own biases or assumptions rather than the facts. They try to create narratives that fit their own agendas, and in doing so, they misrepresent the true character of players like Shedeur Sanders. Hurts wasn't having it. He pointed out that the media's portrayal of Sanders was a distortion of reality, and that Sanders has shown nothing but professionalism in all of his public appearances.
On a route. The deep ball.
You taking 5 with a hitch.
My point exactly. Turn on the goddamn film. It's a part of the game and always has been. That's called nitpicking and trying to find something wrong. And then you loud and wrong.
One of the most impressive things about Shedeur Sanders is his ability to rise above the noise and focus on what truly matters, his effort on the field. Despite all the negative narratives, Sanders has remained unwavering in his dedication to the game. Hurts praised Sanders for not letting anything spoil his effort or distract him from his goals. When you're a player like Shedeur Sanders, who is constantly in the spotlight and facing criticism from all sides, it's easy to let the pressure get to you. But Sanders has shown remarkable mental toughness, refusing to let external factors affect his performance. Whether it's the media or doubters in the NFL, Shedeur has kept his focus squarely on improving his game and helping his team succeed.
Number 2 role still up for grabs. You guys still competing for that number 2 role?
Number 2 role?
Like number 2 string quarterback.
Oh,
Yeah.
honestly, bro, I really don't look into that. I don't care. Whenever it's time for me to get out there and play, I'm going to play.
Hurts emphasized that this kind of resilience is what will ultimately set Sanders apart as he continues his career. The ability to stay focused on the task at hand, no matter the distractions, is something that every NFL player needs. Sanders has already demonstrated this quality, and it will undoubtedly serve him well as he transitions to the NFL. Finally, Jalen Hurts touched on the work ethic of Shedeur Sanders and his ability to make flawless throws. It's no secret that Sanders has an incredible arm and a high level of skill when it comes to passing the football. His throws are accurate, powerful, and perfectly timed, which is something that Hurts noticed early on. But what stands out to Hurts even more than Sanders' natural talent is his work ethic. Hurts knows that in the NFL, talent alone isn't enough to succeed. It takes hours upon hours of practice, studying film, and pushing yourself to be better every day. And that's exactly what Shedeur Sanders is doing. Hurts commended Sanders for his tireless work ethic and his commitment to becoming a better quarterback each day. Every throw Shedeur makes is a reflection of the countless hours he's spent perfecting his craft. Hurts believes that Sanders' precision and consistency in throwing the football are among the best in college football. His mechanics are impeccable, and his ability to make throws on the run or in tight windows is something that sets him apart from other quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts has made it clear that he believes in Shedeur Sanders. He has spoken out against the lies, the misrepresentation, and the false narratives that have been spread about Sanders. From declaring that Sanders is ready for the NFL to calling out the media for their agenda, Hurts has been an outspoken supporter of the young quarterback.
if it's a right guard, you can play for that. When it's a quarterback, you kind of need that muscle to throw. So unfortunately, going to put him down for a little bit here. We'll treat it day to day and see how he responds.
Shedeur Sanders may have faced criticism and doubt, but Jalen Hurts' words are a testament to the young player's talent, work ethic, and ability to overcome adversity. As Sanders continues to prove himself on the field, it's clear that the NFL will be seeing much more of him in the future. And with Hurts' backing, Shedeur has the confidence and support he needs to take his game to the next level. In the end, Hurts' message is simple. Don't believe the lies and don't underestimate Shedeur Sanders. He's more than ready for the NFL, and his future is incredibly bright. So, what do you think about Jalen Hurts' bold defense of Shedeur Sanders? Do you agree with Hurts that Sanders is ready for the NFL and that the media's portrayal of him is unfair? How do you feel about the narrative surrounding Shedeur's behavior in interviews? Do you think the media has an agenda against him, or is it just part of the hype that surrounds young, talented players? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about this whole situation and whether you believe Shedeur Sanders is truly being misrepresented.